You and I both know that when done correctly, waves can be the best looking hairstyle on the planet, period. But let's be real, most people don't have waves that look like this. And early on in my wave journey, I would make the same mistakes every single day, which kept me ugly and held me back from my full potential. However, once I stopped making these mistakes and I started implementing the fixes to my mistakes, me and my waves went from looking like this to looking like this. Which is why in this video, I'll be addressing and exposing the 7 biggest mistakes you're making with your waves, which is keeping you ugly. And to prove it, I'll be doing it in real time, going from this to later in the video looking something like this. And as an added bonus, later on in this video, I'll be giving you a quick tip that can instantly boost your attractiveness. But first, let's do a wave check and comb my hair out to show you the first mistake I'm making. And as you can see, the back of my neck isn't looking too good. My hair is pretty rough, which leads us to the first mistake, which is waiting too long to get a haircut. I understand that it is important to make progress. The more haircuts you get as a waver, the less progress you can make. But I don't mean cutting down your wolf every 2 weeks. I mean just making sure you're maintaining yourself, making sure you're getting a lineup every other week. Because when you don't only mess up like how you look, you also can mess up your wave progress and your hair health in general. So in order to fix this first mistake, I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hair and go to my friend to get a haircut. Right now that my hair is washed and is completely clean, we have one problem. It's soaking wet. Now, you can't get a haircut, or you're gonna mess up your results if you go ahead and get a haircut when your hair is wet. That's why I recommend you wash your hair the night before you get a haircut. But here's a little tip if you're running late. I usually show this in most of the videos. But go ahead, see your wet do-rag. You have a clean, dry do-rag ready, and then you wanna carefully take off the wet do-rag. Right? I'm just gonna throw it on the floor or something. Then you take the clean one, your hair's lifting up instantly. And you just gently put it on, make sure you don't make any mistakes. If you make a mistake, I don't know what to tell you. Alright, now that we switch out your do-rag, the drying time will be exponentially decreased, and I'll see you in around an hour to get the cut. But before we can get the haircut, we have to make sure that we're not committing the second mistake, because if you do make this mistake, you can set back your progress for weeks. And the second mistake is getting the wrong haircut. This one's pretty straightforward, and you want to make sure that you're getting the right type of taper that looks good for you. Although the type of haircut you get might seem like a massive decision, a general rule of thumb to follow is to not just get a low taper fade. And that's because it doesn't look very good on waves. And a high taper fade might cut off some of your progress. But something like a medium taper is best because it looks pretty good without sacrificing your progress. Now, just before you finish your cut, it's very important that you pay full attention, because this one mistake, if you make it, can ruin the entire haircut for no reason without you even realizing it. And that next mistake is using too many enhancements. Enhancements are great and can really make a difference in your cut, but using too much can ruin everything. And just because your barber uses certain enhancements or a little bit too much doesn't mean he's a bad barber. It may just not look good on you. For example, my current barber here, right when I started getting cuts from him, he used to use like the pencil, and I guess this thing was a little bit too thick and he used to make a really thick white line. Of course, if you have like a sharper pencil or something, or like the right type of whatever, it can look pretty good. But it didn't look too good on me. But literally right when he just stopped, I asked him to stop using it. Right when he stopped using it, the cuts just look amazing. So don't be afraid to tell your barber what you want and what you don't want. It's your hair. He's not gonna be offended, because at the end of the day, he's doing your hair. Now that you fix your haircut mistakes, it's very important that you fix these next mistakes, because without them, your waves won't last and your hair will just frizz up and it'll just look like you have a low cut. And the next mistake is not being able to lay your hair down fully. Now, in order to fix this, it all stems from brushing. So let's hop in the mirror to show you how to fix it. Now, because my hair is pretty low, I'm just gonna use a soft brush. This is a medium soft. Go on the softer end of the spectrum, and then you want to go from hardest to softest. That's how you're gonna really be able to lay your hair down. So after you've gone in with your harder of the softer brushes, now it's time to really lay it all down. What we did with the medium soft brush was kind of pull our hair, because if we just use a soft brush, it might like not be able to pull everything. But now we're gonna go in with a soft brush and then lay it down just a little bit. And here's where the real secret is. If you can't get an even softer brush, just gonna lay it down even more. And now I'm gonna lay it down even more with an even softer brush. And to lay it down even more, I'm gonna do my secret sign method, which is to get a harder lay down pad and then this softer one, and then put some oil on this one to finish it all up. A little bit of oil from 216 maybe. Now, just look at the difference. Hopefully my editor can put a split screen to how laid my hair looks now, literally just by looking at it, versus when we first started. Like, doing routines like this do matter. But just keep in mind, no matter how well you can lay your hair down, it won't stay laid if it's just too long in general. So make sure that you're not overdoing any of your wolves. Wolfing for too long won't only decrease your looks, but it also decreases the amount of progress you're able to make from wolfing. And the optimal wolfing range, I would say, is from around 6 to 8 weeks, because you're still able to make a lot of progress without sacrificing how you look entirely. And while you're wolfing, it's important that you just go ahead and get that medium taper around every 2 weeks or every other week, whatever suits you best, and just make sure that you're taking care of your hair health along the way. Now, fixing these next 2 mistakes will make sure that your waves are looking good without requiring you to need a haircut. But since they take place in the morning, I'm just gonna go to sleep and explain them tomorrow. Now, in order to make sure that you can consistently make progress on your waves and looks, the easiest way to do that is by having a morning routine. So let me just show you mine. All right, so the first thing I want to do is decide what type of products you'll be using. Here, I'm only using the very softest of the softest brushes I have, plus lay down pads and a little bit of oil. I don't need, that hard, soft brush for this one, just because my hair is so low already. I don't really need to pull any hair strands down to start it off. I do recommend doing that at first, but literally just gonna take a soft brush and just get my hair in place. It's good to do this after you've done your skincare and everything. It's important that you're getting your skincare in check. No point of having waves, but you're looking like Frankenstein. So to take off my crown patch. Let me see how we're looking too. And because it's a morning routine, you can just quickly do this before school or work or whatever you have to do. And I did make a morning routine around like over a year ago, but if you want to see, another full morning routine, let me know, because I might do that pretty soon. You see, what you could do is add a little bit of pomade, but I'm literally just gonna add some more oil now, just so it's a little bit easier on my super soft brush. But since we added pomade yesterday, I don't need to do it. Since this is a morning routine, it literally shouldn't take more than 15 minutes to do. This will literally take me like 5 minutes, just because the less hair you have, the less time it takes to lay your hair down. Just use my lay down pad. I'm just gonna use this since we did the super shine method yesterday. I'm gonna put on the crown patch and rag up. And literally just by doing something like this 15 minutes every morning, every single day, It's gonna set you up for the whole entire day. So now that you know the 7 biggest fade mistakes that were keeping you ugly, now it's time to implement these results. So lucky for you, I went ahead and I made a routine so you can easily do this step by step. So watch this video right here to get that. And if you're looking to really take your waves to the next level, join my wave community. Link is in the description. Thanks for watching. God bless.